Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is December 16, 2021. Let's talk about top solar stocks and also rank them. Off late, solar stocks have been pulling back pretty hard because of some incentive cut in California. Let's look at some top stocks to buy on this pullback. So with that, we'll do a quick market update, look at top solar stocks, review few charts, and then rank Enphase Energy, Solar Edge, First Solar, SunPower, Daq, Sunrun, JKS, Nova, ARRY, and Generac. So with that, let's see who is on top, who is not doing great, and buy some good stocks here. So with that, let's jump in and get started. As you look through here, we got a few top companies. We got Generac. Who knew Generac is a solar play? Many folks know Generac as a backup generator. They also made some great acquisition towards solar. And then you got First Solar. It's one of the famous names here. They're leading the sustainable energy future. And then you got Enphase Energy, again another great stock. And then you got few others like Solar Edge, Sun Power, and so on and so forth. We'll look at those and see who is at the top. So with that, let's jump in. And from a market update perspective, we got markets here yesterday, all markets up. So we got Fed, increasing the rates and tapering the bond buying programs, but there is a relief rally in the market, so that's why markets went higher. Now they have a decision; they can move forward. We got more advancing stocks than declining stocks. That's a good story here. So with that, from a stock news perspective, from a solar stock, solar stocks stumble after California proposes incentive cuts. So we will see how it goes and take it from there. At this time, solar stocks have pulled back pretty hard. It's very intriguing. There are great buys here. And then you got your ARRY raising some money here. They got some upsize convertible senior notes. And we got Jinko Solar. It's a Chinese-based solar play here. They also signed some contract here in Pakistan, and they also signed some contract in Brazil. And then you got Daq Energy, one more China play here. It's one of the great stocks here, and they also begin some production here. And we got Indian stock here, Azure Global. They have earnings beat here, and revenues also up. And then you got Enphase Energy, steady Eddie player here. They are They have installation network here in Mexico. That's a good story. And then you got Maxion Solar here. They also supply to multiple projects in Texas here. That's a good one. And then you got Steady Eddie Next Era Energy here. It's a great Steady Eddie stock here and good to buy on this pullback. So with that, let's jump in and get started. So we'll do a quick market update. Let's go to Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade. As you look through here, futures are looks like it's slightly up today, not too much, 20 points higher. And we got Nasdaq's also up around 47, that's good. And Dow Jones also up 164, that's great. And we got here Russell 2000 also showing a progress here, up 17 points. That's a good story. At least after the Fed increase, markets are a little bit taking a breather, going higher here because the decision is done. Now stocks can move forward. So with that, let's jump in here and look at top clean energy exchange traded funds. As you look through here, we got top here ICLN clean energy here. It's down off late, as you can see here, 5-day, 10-day, all the way to 1 year. It's down. And we got TAN, which is solar ETF. Most of the solar stocks are in this TAN ETF here, $81. Nice assets here, $3 billion under management. And that went higher yesterday. That's a good one here. Even for 1 year, it's down. That's why there are great buying opportunities here. It's good to take a look and buy some. When these stocks go higher, they go higher quickly. Now they are kind of trying to decide where to go. And then you got few more, as you can see here, all clean energy stocks. The trend is down of late. They're trying to shrug away and go higher in a shorter term in 1 day. This could be a turnaround. It's good to buy some great quality stocks and go from there. So with that, let's jump in and look at top solar stocks. As you look through here, we got, this is sorted by 1 year performance. First two stocks are not yet, did not complete 1 year yet. But look here, we got Generac on top here, nice 5 year growth here, and also nice 1 year performance. And we got Tesla, they're also into solar, as you might be knowing. It's also doing great here, nice 1 year performance. And then got Enphase, Next Era, another great play here, and so on and so forth. Keep watching here. We want to make sure companies with nice sales growth and gross margin. Look, Generac has got it. Nice quarter over quarter sales growth, year over year sales growth, even 5 year sales growth. That's a good one here. And right now they also have a nice gross margin here. And as you scan through here, RSI is 23. That tells you it's good to buy at this level here. Stock is also beaten down. And as you look through here, we got Tesla. Tesla is a great one here. It's a good one. I did, it's into multiple areas, including auto, solar, and all those plays here. Tesla is also RSI level low here. It's oversold. Good to buy some Tesla also. And then got a few more as you scan through here. Enphase, one of my favorite. Next era, one of my favorite again. And First Solar, Solar Edge, all doing great as you can look through here. First Solar off late, as you see here, they got some negative year-over-year revenue growth here, but nice gross margin. And Solar Edge is doing great as you can see here. Positive year-over-year revenue growth and positive gross margin. Company is making money. They got positive net margin. And then you got a few more as you can scan through here. You got Sunworks, Daq, and so on and so forth. We look at some of these and look at them in little more detail. As you look through here, Clean Spark, insiders buying, institutions buying. That's a good story here. We could take a look and see if we can buy along with them. So with that, this is a quick snapshot here. Pay attention to stocks with nice sales growth and gross margin. Those are the strong players. We got Generac, Tesla, Enphase on top here. We got AY, which is just a small company here, $37 here. Nice sales growth and gross margin. You could look at that one too. And also pay attention, many of the names in solar, they got high debt to equity ratio because it takes a lot of capital to set up some of these facilities. That's why most of these stocks have got high debt to equity ratio, a lot of debt on the balance sheet. But there are good ones, as you can see. First Solar, right now they don't have too much debt on the balance sheet. That's a good one. Even Generac, they don't have too much debt. I would go with those players with the less debt on the balance sheet, like Generac, First Solar, Solar Edge, and even some of these names here, and go after those names. They would do well. So with that, let's jump in and go into a little more details. So we'll jump into Thinkorswim platform to look at few stock charts. All right, so let's look at solar stocks here. So as you can look through here, we've got Generac at the top here. It's one of the great stock. It's been doing great of late. Right now, its RSI is low, 32. As you can see here, it's trying to make its move higher here. On the balance volume, it's also trying to go higher. I would say it's a great buy. If we don't have exposure to solar and Generac, it's good time to buy some Generac and sock it away. And then got First Solar. First Solar is a very good stock here. It gives you a lot of opportunities. I've traded this stock over the years and also bought it for long-term portfolio. It's a good one. It has its moments. It's sometimes it comes down too hard. Right now, it's a good buying opportunity. You could buy some and sock it away. It's, as you can see here, it's below 200-day moving average. Again, a good one here. Then we got Enphase Energy. This is the upcoming leader. As you can see, a stock is doing great. Off late, it's coming down here, below 100-day moving average. On the balance volume, is trying to bounce higher. It's a great one to buy in your long-term portfolio and go from there. And we got Solar Edge, Israel-based solar play, one of my favorites. This is also doing great here. Look nice on the balance volume. Stock is trying to bounce off of its 200-day moving average. It's a great long-term buy. All right, now let's look at a few more here. We got Daq Energy, China-based energy play. As you know, it's very difficult for some of these Chinese companies to compete, mainly because they get delisted sometimes. They get into some human rights violation type issues. That's why stock has been sliding off late. At this time, it could be good to buy. I understand if you don't have appetite for Chinese stocks, you could skip this one. But overall, I think it's a good play here. You could sock away some stock in the long-term portfolio, or you can shy away from Chinese names. I understand. And then we got ARRY here. ARRY is a good stock here. As you see here, stock has been coming down, but on the balance volume is steady. It's a low price stock here. You could buy some ARRY and go from there. Long term play. This might take some time to come up. And then we got Jinko Solar, again a Chinese play here. As you look through here, stock has been coming down here, and on the balance volume is steady. This is also a good one to buy at these levels. And last but not least, we got Sun Power in this chart here. Stock has been coming down, on the balance volume is steady. This could also be a good one to buy here. All right, let's look at a few more here. We got Sunrun. Sunrun has been coming down pretty hard, as you can see here. On the balance volume is trying to go higher. At this time, it could be good to buy here. And we got Sonova, same story. Stock goes up and down nicely. Right now, it's trying to make a small comeback. Could be a good one to buy here. And we got Canadian Solar, which is one of the good stocks here. This is also trying to decide where to go here. Nice on the balance volume. You could buy some here. And we got next Era Energy, one of the steady Eddie stocks. This one is for your retirement portfolios. This is a good one to buy. I would say wait for a little pullback here. Given RSI 65, it's too strong at these levels here. So with that, let's jump in and try to rank some of these names here. So from a ranking perspective, as you look through here, we got Enphase, Solar Edge, First Solar, all great stocks here. Look, all of them are below their current market cap. That's why it's a compelling buy here. Stocks have been coming down off late with all this California incentive cut. I think it's a good one to buy at these levels. They are from a value perspective, they're below their market cap. Even if you sell the company, enterprise value is more than their market cap. That's a good one here. And nice trading volume in most of these stocks, with the exception of Solar Edge, which is a little bit less, but otherwise most stocks have got $1 million plus trading volume. And if you look at the fundamentals here, we got many of these stocks have got great buy recommendation. Sun Power has a hold recommendation, and we got strong buy on Sunrun and Sonova and Generac here. And as you scan through here, we got a lot of analysts covering these stocks here. Enphase 48 analysts, Solar Edge 38 analysts, First Solar 38, and as you can see here, Sun Power 24, so on and so forth. A lot of analyst coverage for many of these stocks here. And target price for all these stocks are above current price here. Okay, that's the opening bell. So target price for many of these stocks is above the current stock price. That's because stocks are depressed here with the latest pullback here. And all the stocks have pulled back nicely from their 52-week high. So that's why these are compelling play to slowly start accumulating some and sock it away. And now let's look at some more categories here from a revenue perspective. As you see here, nice revenue in most of these companies, $1 billion plus revenue in last trailing 12 months, with the exception of Sonova and ARRY, which are a little less right now. And from a quarter over quarter growth perspective, nice quarter over quarter growth in many of these names, with the exception of First Solar, it's negative right now. And we got Jinko Solar also negative quarter over quarter growth, and ARRY does not have one. And Generac is a great one here. So as you can see here, many of these companies are growth companies doing nicely. And from a year-over-year growth perspective, similar story here. Enphase Solar Edge doing nicely here. Enphase, look at this, 72%. That's a great one here. Daq and Sunrun doing great here, and Sonova and Generac also doing great here. And at the end of the day, we want revenue growth, what you see here, quarter over quarter, year over year, revenue growth. And we want company to keep some of those money and have nice gross margin and net margin. From that perspective here, you got high gross margin in Enphase Energy. That's a good one here. Daq, Chinese-based play here, great gross margin here. And we got Generac doing great along with Sonova. But at the end of the day, we want these companies to make money and have some net margin. From a net margin perspective, Daq is doing great here, 44%. Chinese play here, and next we got First Solar doing great. They have some net margin, positive net margin, and then you got Generac and Enphase, and so on and so forth. So, but at the high level, we got Daq doing a lot of great net margin here, but it's a Chinese play. Some of you may be a little bit hesitant to buy some of the Chinese names, but it's a good long-term play. So if you don't want to buy Chinese play, you can go with the First Solar here, Steady Eddy. Right now, revenue growth is not that great, but situation can improve, and you could go after Generac, which is a great one here, and Enphase and Solar Edge also work here. And next, let's look at fundamentals here. Margins, cash, debt, and valuation. As you look here from an operating cash flow perspective, we got many of these companies like Enphase, Solar Edge, First Solar doing good here. First Solar has got a negative free cash flow here. That's why First Solar off late it's trying to, growth is not there, but otherwise it's doing great. And Daq is good here, and Jinko Solar is also great. And Nova and ARRY, they are not doing great from a operating cash flow perspective. So I think we have to take a look at those. But Generac is doing great. It's nice steady Eddie stock here. And as we look through here from a cash perspective, Enphase, Solar Edge, First Solar, and Daq, Jinko, they all have $1 billion plus cash, so that's a good one here. And from a debt perspective, we have Enphase, a little bit higher debt here, 1.6. I think it's manageable. These solar companies have got a little more debt because they have to have a lot of capital equipments. But look here, Solar Edge is good that way. They control their debt on the balance sheet. First Solar is great that way. Daq is good. And you got Generac, not too much debt here. Those are the good ones here. And from a valuation perspective, nose high valuation here. Look, Enphase 176 P ratio and Solar Edge 1222. But what I would typically do for these type of names here, I would go with the price to sales ratio. Look, we got price to sales ratio 22, which is okay for Enphase, and Solar Edge is 8, which is very good. And all these stocks have got low price to sales ratio. I would look at price to sales ratio for these names, not price to equity ratio. And price to growth ratio perspective, as you can see here, typically below 1 is good, but for these high flying names, I would say below 5 is okay here. So from that perspective, you got Enphase, Solar Edge, they're doing great here. First Solar, it's a little bit high here, but I think it's a great one to buy. I would go with the price to sales ratio here versus the price to earnings growth ratio. So with that, companies like Enphase, Solar Edge, First Solar, they all have earnings here, positive earnings. That's good. Sunrun negative earnings, and Nova, ARRY, all negative earning here. So you got to keep a watch on that. And next, let's look at a few more categories here. We also like to have a nice future growth, not just past growth. So we got these analysts predicting the future growth here. From a future growth perspective, this year we got negative growth for Enphase and Solar Edge. But look, next year there's a nice earnings per share growth, Enphase and Solar Edge. First Solar has got negative earnings growth next year, but other stocks have got nice earnings growth. And when it comes to next year's sales growth here, we got nice sales growth for Enphase and Solar Edge. Looks like they're doing great from a top line growth perspective. First Solar is a little bit struggling on the growth here. It's a negative sales growth for next year, and other stocks are doing great. Nice next year sales growth. Look, stocks like Nova, ARRY, they got good next year sales growth, but they're struggling on their bottom line and also free cash flow. And from a ROA and ROE perspective, I like double-digit growth here. Look, we got a double-digit ROE, Enphase and Solar Edge. And look, Daq is doing something great here. Even though it's a Chinese play, they got right metrics here for ROE and ROA pretty high. And we got Generac Steady Eddy. I like this. Generac is overall green in all categories, as you can see here. It's a very steady Eddy growth name here. Who knew Generac would come top like this, flying colors? That's a good one here. And then we got technical analysis. I know many of you like technical analysis. I myself use technical analysis to look at the entry point here. When there is a great name like Generac, you got to buy at the right time. That's why technical analysis will come into play when you want to decide a nice entry position. So by looking at RSI here, look, all the RSIs are low here, and great stocks like Generac here, look, RSI 32 and money flow index is just 8. As you might be knowing, relative strength index takes a look at 14-day price movement, but money flow index will take a look at both price movement as well as volume. That's why it's a volume weighted RSI. You could think of that way. From that perspective, Generac is sold off here. I would be buying Generac right now. It's a great one here. And you could also buy my favorite names like ENPH, Solar Edge, First Solar also here, and including Daq is also a good one to buy here. And look, we got Sun Power high short ratio here, Sunrun, Jinko, as well as Nova. Some of these stocks are, meme stocks. They might create some short squeeze, nice short squeeze opportunity in those names. And many of these names have got low shares float. That tells you there is not too many shares available. That helps with the short squeeze type scenario. Look, short, high short ratio, not too many shares available. That's a good way to buy some and expect a short squeeze. And next, let's look at some more categories here. Let's look at past performance. We got to pay attention to how stocks are performing. As you look through here, Enphase for 5 years, great 16,000 performance, handily beat S&P 500, and even stocks like Tesla. That's a good one here. And then you got Solar Edge doing great here. First Solar is a very steady eddy, as you can see here, did nicely, even though it's struggling right now. And same story with Sun Power. Daq is a great one here, 2,375 here. Jinko doing nicely. Sunrun, same story. And some of the newer players like Sonova, it's done nicely for 2 years but struggling in the near term. And ARRY is not doing great so far here. It's a newer company, as you can see here. 6 months is positive. Generac is a steady eddy, nice 1,920% over 10 years, much better than S&P 500. So with that, let's look at simple moving average analysis. I love simple moving averages. That kind of gives you an idea on the sentiment and what's going on. As you see here, Enphase and Solar Edge, both are positive from a 120 and 200-day moving average. That tells you even after this drop, they're in a bullish territory. And even First Solar, it's also a good one here. I think you could look at these and buy some of these stocks. And I would also look at Generac here, given it's a very steady eddy, nice 10-year performance. You could use it as a buying opportunity for great stocks like Generac and go from there. And we will look at some more categories here and then do the ranking. So let's look at now we are coming to the ranking area here. Let's rank these and go from there. Look, all these names have got nice analyst recommendation, buy or strong buy, with the exception of Sun Power, which has got a hold here. And all of them are great buy. Their enterprise value is below the current market cap. That tells you the good value here. And from a 1-year return perspective, most of these companies have done great. Look, Enphase, Solar Edge, First Solar, even after this drop, they've done nicely for 1 year as well as 5 year. They've done great. Look, Generac is a very steady eddy here. That's also a good one here. And most these names, they've done good in 5 years here, even though right now they're down here. Stocks like Sun Power, Daq, Sunrun, Jinko, they all done nicely in 5 years. And look, many of these companies have got nice quarter-over-quarter revenue growth here. That's what we need, top line growth. With the exception of First Solar, it's a negative right now, but and also Jinko negative, but otherwise they've done nicely. End of the day, we want these companies to have nice gross margin. Look, we got nice gross margin in all the stocks here. That's a good one. Highest being Daq here. They have nice net margin. Chinese play. And then you got ENPH, and we got Generac, nice net margin, and also Solar Edge. At the end of the day, we need to know, is the company making net margin, or is it profitable company? Look, ENPH, Solar Edge, First Solar, these are profitable companies. And we got Daq, Jinko is a little bit lower margin here. And we got Generac, which is profitable. We should look at those names and invest for the long haul and take it from there. And let's look at ranking now. Let's look at health of these companies from a financial health perspective. Both First Solar and Generac get the top grade here. And from a Altman Z, again financial health, we got a nice grade in most companies here, exception of SunPower and Sunrun, JKS. They are a little bit lower grade. And Piotrowski F score, that tells you is the fundamentals and financials improving. Anything higher rating is good here. That tells you stocks like First Solar, they're improving their financials. Generac, it's improving the financials. And same story with stocks like SunPower, and Daq is greatly improving their financials, as you can see here. And then you got growth, industry growth, and so on and so forth, all great ones here, and also profitability. And now let's do the ranking and see who is at the top. Got number one, Generac. Look here, Generac is green in most of these categories. No wonder it's at the top here. Look, nice profit rank here, and nice industry quality rank. And they're number one in terms of profitability. And they got a financial health grade B. And also they got a growth grade of B. It's a overall nice green everywhere. That's why Generac is number one. Number two is First Solar. First Solar, even though they got some issue with the quarter over quarter sales growth here, which is negative 37%. Look, they are doing nicely here. Nice financials here. Nice Piotrowski, Altman Z score tells you financial is sound. Their accounts are improving, financials are improving with a nice sixth grade here in the Piotrowski F score. Nice industry growth rank and also quality rank. That's why First Solar number two. Number three is ENPH Energy. As you look through ENPH here, they're doing great. Only area they're suffering a little bit is profitability. I think if they can improve here, they're doing great here. Nice performance over the 5 years. That's why ENPH is number three. Number four is Solar Edge, one of my favorite stock here. They are green in most of these areas, as you can see here. If they can, work a little more on their financials here, I think it's a great one here. Nice grade, as you can see here. They get a D in profitability, and they got number two in profit rank and quality rank. That's why Solar Edge is a number four. It's a great stock to buy here. And number five, Daq Energy. If this company is somewhere in the US, they would have done great. It's a China-based stock. That's why they got some rap here. And there's some human right violation type issues in the region they're operating. I think it's a great player here. Look, they got nice, very good gross margin, very good net margin. And overall, they're doing great here with a nice profit rank and industry growth rank, growing better than industry. It's a great one here. And then you got number six here, ARRY. As you look through ARRY here, nice. They got a little bit negative 1 year return, as you can see here. But as you look through here, they have nice, industry quality, which is okay, not great. It's okay. And financials 3.8. That's good here. Piotrowski F score is one that tells you, their books are not doing great. They have to improve their financial situation here. That's why it's one here. But overall, they get a 6 here with the nice Altman Z score here. And also, I think they're doing okay from a growth perspective. C here, and in industry quality rank is 5. And next, number 7 is Jinko. As you can see here, Jinko, negative 1 year return. They did great in 5 years. Gross margin is 16%, but net margin is not much, a little thin here. And from a financials perspective, they got to improve their financials. Altman Z score is 0.9. I like the score to be more than 1.8 here. That's why they get a number 7 here. And number 8 is Sun Power. As you see here, Sun Power, SPWR, they're in a hold rating right now. 1 year return is negative. They've done great from a 5 year perspective. Negative net margin. Company not making money yet. As you look through here, Altman Z score is not as desirable, but it's okay, not too bad. Below 1.8 is not great. Above 1.8 is good. They're doing good from a Piotrowski F score perspective. It's number 5. It's improving its financials and nice profit and quality rank here. So that's why it's number 8 here. And number 9 is Sunrun. As you look through Sunrun here, strong buy. They did not do well in 1 year, great in 5 year, nice quarter over quarter sales growth, but net margin negative. As you look through Sunrun here, financially, from an Altman Z score perspective, it's not doing great. Financially, they get a bad rating here. Otherwise, I think they're doing okay here from a profit rank perspective. That's why it's number 9. Number 10 is Sonova. As you look through Nova here, it's a strong buy, down 20% from 52-week high. I mean, one year return is 20%, negative 20%, and quarterly growth is good. Top line, they're growing here, but bottom line net margin is still 0. As you look through here, financials are not great, 0.5. Altman Z score tells you that to improve their financials here. That's why it gets a number 10 here. So with that, that's the rating here. I would say go after the top 5 or so and invest in them for the long haul. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.